the 2K Sports pregame show.
And one of the epic nights in the NBA. We welcome you to the All-Star Game on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the West All-Stars playing against the East All-Stars. And when you look at both of these rosters, all you see is firepower up and down the line. Lots of athleticism, talent, skill. This could be one of the more exciting All-Star games we have witnessed. And here we are, getting buckled in for what should be another wild ride. The NBA All-Star Game officially upon us. Kenny, any thoughts on tonight's contest?
Well, I always expect fast pace and lots of offense and little defense.
It's all about having fun, not taking things too seriously. Guys just want to put on a good show for their fans and let it all out.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
This is it, the showcase for the absolute best of the NBA. The All-Star Game set to begin tonight. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court right now for the East All-Stars, they've got LeBron James. Paul George is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Isaiah Thomas, and it's Wall in at the two spot.
And he's been a gem this year. I mean, there have been so many highlights for him all over the first half of this season.
And I've got a feeling, Greg, he's just getting warmed up. I think he'll be even better after the All-Star break.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense, but he's got the A game rolling tonight.
And right off the bat, Greg, it looks like that A game is exactly what he brought.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand, the biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
And we've got a collection of the greatest players in the world here. I mean, and playing in an event where they can really let it all hang out.
And that's exactly why we always come away with such great memories. I mean, because they really do try to give the fans as many highlights as possible. And they are the best players in the world.
Now, here is Harden, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. And another three from Harden. Harden's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the West All-Stars. Out to the right wing. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
All with it. Outside Thomas. Looking to end the run. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their fourth shot of the game.
Here is Harden. He's got 8. Pass to Davis. He tries for 3. Here's Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead, and in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah, those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
And the West All-Stars have possession, leading by 5. For 3, Westbrook. And it's the East with the rebound. Thomas kicks to Antetokounmpo. No one near James as he lets it go. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
And Antetokounmpo just, I mean, showing you once again what an all-around superb talent he is. I mean, he really moves that ball on offense.
Pulls from the top of the key. Isaiah Thomas again. Thomas got 7 points in the game. And so here are the West All-Stars. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Tyronn Lue for just a minute, and he's completely unconcerned with the game's outcome. He said, I'm really worried about only 2 things: that everyone gets enough time on the floor and that nobody gets hurt. Sounds right to me, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David. Harden's gone 4 for 4 from the field. Perfect so far. Thomas passes to Wall. And the rejection by Cousins. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. No one near Wall as he lets it go. He nails it, and we're tied up. Wall's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Outside Westbrook. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
Well, let's say the defense being played here tonight might be a bit on the soft side from both teams.
Well, I know you're not surprised, are you? I mean, fast and loose is the way this game should be played.
Can't believe he got that one to go. That's a shot you probably wouldn't even try in a regular season game, but on All-Star Weekend, hey, why not?
Now here's Durant, looking for his first basket still in this one. A 3-ball. It's hauled in by George. And here are the East All-Stars. They're on a 14-6 run. Westbrook with the block. And they'll keep possession. They get the rebound. Antetokounmpo. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, I tell you what, the long arms of Antetokounmpo are really incredibly lethal in the paint. Sometimes the defense really has no choice but to foul him and then hope he misses.
The East All-Stars shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
And Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak. Matter of fact, I'd love to just call him the Greek Freak if I could. Is a matchup issue for any defense. I mean, he's a guy who literally and really can play any position on the floor.
Kawhi Leonard is checked in for the West. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. Here's Westbrook. Top of the key. Westbrook missing again.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
From deep LeBron, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now here's Westbrook. Davis sets a screen. Loads it up for Davis, and he lays in the alley-oop.
And how's that for communication between teammates? Terrific pass and even a better finish on the alley-oop.
Now LeBron dishes it to Antetokounmpo. Not enough on that one as it misses. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his first foul.
Oh, man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Westbrook against Thomas. Here's Harden on the wing. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
5 of 5 to start. I think he's in a zone.
I think they've got to consider, Greg, throwing a few different looks his way early on, especially if he keeps shooting like this.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Harden's gone a perfect 5 for 5 from the field. And George kicks to Antetokounmpo. George against Cousins. Harden outside. Outside Leonard. Right side Davis. It's thrown by Antetokounmpo for the finish. Oh!
Mercy, mercy me. Oh, now that's an all-star dunk. That's why he's here.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Now here's Westbrook. Outside Davis. The feed to Cousins. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
James kicks to Thomas. Back to James. Out to the right wing. Thomas outside. Westbrook with the block. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. The West making some changes. Towns, he's checked in for Cousins. McCollum comes in for James Harden. And Curry subbed in for Russell Westbrook. A big group substitution here for the East. Whiteside's checked in for Paul George. Anthony comes in for LeBron. Butler, he's checked in for John Wall. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Isaiah Thomas. Now here's Butler. Shot clock at 5. The East All-Stars need to get another shot. Lowry can't get it to go.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Yeah, the D, though, just enough to bother the rhythm on that one, Clark.
Outside, Davis. Back to Leonard. McCollum outside. There's the 3. And it's Leonard missing.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
You're no doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
But they'll get another chance.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
And Clark, I felt like that was a one-time mistake. They gotta need to pay more attention to him than that.
Butler dishes to Whiteside.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul. Stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the West All-Stars.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And it doesn't look like they'll be giving up on any plays tonight either. Their offensive rebounding has also been equally as impressive.
The East making a switch. Millsap's checked in. Good on the second free throw. Now here's Curry. From the line. That shot off. The East All-Stars go the other way with it. And here's Anthony for 3. And Davis pulls it down. Outside Leonard. Towns the screen. Outside Leonard. Kicks to McCollum. 6 on the shot clock. Towns sets the pick for Curry. Takes it off the glass. Curry's got his first 2 points.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
Now here is Lowry. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. The pass to Leonard. Back to Curry. Here's the 3. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
First free throw is good. The West All-Stars making a switch here. Green's checked in.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
And Kyle Lowry drops them both. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
And here's Towns. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. It's tipped. Pushing it up. The West All-Stars pull it in.
And you know what? Defensively, both teams have picked it up as we've gotten a little deeper into this game.
A little more competitive fire and intensity being shown out there now. Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
West All-Stars shooting their first foul shot of the night. On the free throw, no good.
Absolutely stone cold at the line thus far.
And they need every point they can muster right now. They've got to cash in here.
Right side, no good.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with the miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either, Greg. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
They set the pick. Outside Lowry. Here's Anthony. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Now here's Curry. Beyond the arc. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And Whiteside stays right with it.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
That's exactly right. No need to catch it when you've got the kind of soft hands that he does.
Cullen passes to Green. 6 to shoot. Towns kicks to McCullough. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Anthony. Outside DeRozan. Millsap against Green. Millsap kicks to DeRozan. Drills it from outside. DeRozan's got himself on the board with 3 there. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Green dishes to Curry. We've got 13 seconds left in the first. And a wide open look for McCollum. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the three ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a three-point battle taking shape here.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. It's the West All-Stars. They're up by 1. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. A great event unfolding. One quarter of basketball already played. And welcome back, everyone, to this year's coverage of the NBA All-Star Game.
And you can see these players now starting to get into a rhythm. Should see a lot better flow to the game here in the second quarter.
That's usually the case. I mean, it takes some time to gel with your teammates at the All-Star game.
A little light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight. And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
Lillard with it. We've got Harden. Draymond Green is out there with Durant. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Lillard in at the 1. That's the 5 for the West All-Stars right now. Now here's Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
Oh, I dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration too, and you've got 2 points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
Here's Irving from deep. DeRozan's shot is off. Here's Cousins. Harden outside. Green, the screen. Harden with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
What a performance from Harden here. 12 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
The West All-Stars have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. That free throw, no good. James checked in for Jimmy Butler. That's off as well, so he misses both.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
George. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
Boy, I tell you what, the touch that George has on these interior shots, that's something to see. And he's very comfortable down there in the low post.
Now here's Harden. He's got 12. And Lillard kicks to Harden. Green, the screen. 5 on the clock. Cousins, the pass to Lillard. A three-pointer is right on target.
Most any player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Pass to DeRozan. 13 feet away. And the basket is good. DeRozan's got his second bucket of the night.
That's a terrific move to the basket. The defense played that one well, but it didn't make any difference.
Lillard outside. For 3. Knocks down the 3-ball. Lillard's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the West All-Stars.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding.
And here is LeBron after Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. Puts it up from 17. Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from LeBron. LeBron's gotten 3 of his 5 shots to go here. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Durant, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Tries it from 19. It's rebounded by the West. Lillard outside. Harden outside. Bobbed up there for Green.
Oh, what a pass, and then he lays it in. It's a circus move.
So smooth.
He could have messed that up trying for a big slam. Nice work going to the layup.
Lillard against Irving. There's the dish to George. It's good. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Now, here is Harden. 12 points for him. Feeds it to Irving. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Now just a 1-point West All-Star lead. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And Lillard kicks to Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Here's Irving, and the rejection by Cousins. And they're running. Kicks it out to Harden. Cousins inside, defended by George. And then Cousins with the dunk.
And I tell you what, nobody willing to put a stop to that slam.
Yeah, Greg, for the defense, that was a case of stand back, watch the show, buckle up.
And I don't blame them. They weren't going to be able to do anything about that one anyway, so discretion, the better part of valor there. They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Now here's Green. Back to Harden. Outside Durant. He feeds it to Lillard. Here's Cousins. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
How about the night Cousins is having? He's got 10 points and 2 blocks. He's been putting it up, and it's been going down 100% from the floor.
And Clark, I just love the supreme focus with which he's playing.
This is his first free throw of the game. And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins. And some changes here for the West All-Stars. And Anthony Davis is checked in for Green. Bledsoe comes in for James Harden. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Lillard. And then for the East, Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. John Wall comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Kyrie Irving.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 7. Wall, a screen on Durant. Right side, Wall. Shoots the 3. Good, and the assist goes to James. And that's now 6 points for Wall.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. It's really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And the shot goes in.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Wall's gotten 3 of his 4 shots to fall, hitting 75%. Durant for 3, hits the 3-point bomb. Durant's got his first 3 points of the game.
done a really good job of knocking down their long-distance shots here in the second quarter. I mean, they're shooting just above 40% from downtown. That's outstanding.
Now, here's Thomas. And Wall kicks to George. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Outside Durant, and it's Paul George with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Whiteside's checked in for the East. Outside Westbrook. Passes it to Davis. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
And some changes here for the West All-Stars. Towns, he's checked in for Cousins. It's Kawhi Leonard in for Kevin Durant. And these All-Stars also making a switch. Millsap's checked in. Now here's Wall. 8 points for him. Back to Thomas. Millsap a screen on Westbrook. Thomas goes in. The wide open look here for Anthony. That one's not going to go. Now the West All-Stars the other way. Westbrook with it. He's picked up by Wall. Westbrook kicks to Towns. Outside Leonard. He dishes it to Davis. Just 5 to shoot. Goes up to the stripe. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Millsap, and you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
McCollum's checked in for the West. And the West All-Stars have possession. 6-point game. He kicks it to Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one hits back iron.
I'll tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Here's Thomas. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got his 3rd rebound tonight. McCollum outside. Pass to Davis. From down low, Carmelo Anthony grabs the board. Poked loose. To the middle. Here's Whiteside. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Whiteside's got 5 now.
Excellent execution of the plan there.
Here's West now. They lead by 4. McCollum outside. Davis with a screen on Wall. A 3 from McCollum. Takes it out to Leonard. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Now Thomas. 7 points in the game. Outside Wall. And oh, here we go with Bledsoe. Nobody back. And the jam by Bledsoe.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking. And more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Now here's Thomas. The kick out to Wall. The three. Goes back up. Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket for Millsap.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Here's Leonard. Dishes to Bledsoe. Clock at 6. Towns sets the pick for Bledsoe. A three from McCollum. Again, McCollum missing.
He hit a three in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Anthony can't hit. The West All-Stars with the ball. 6-point game. Bledsoe dishes to Leonard. The feed to Davis. Takes it from 10, and that's off the glass and in. Davis has got the lead up to 8 now for the West All-Stars.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves here.
Thomas kicks to Wall. Shot high post. Wall with another miss. 1:12 left in the first half. Bledsoe outside. McCollum against Wall. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 8.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Yeah, it's just been far too soft. Not much fight being shown by the defense there. And, boy, that's hard to watch, quite honestly.
Bledsoe against Thomas. Bledsoe passes to Towns. And it's McCollum in the corner. Davis sets a screen. Loads it up for Davis. Now here's Wall. He's got 8. Puts it up from 12. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. Seconds left in the first half of basketball. Right side, this is the Millsap. Outside, Butler. That shot, no good. And the first half is now in the books. West All-Stars lead by 10. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. We hope you enjoyed the first half of the All-Star game. Ernie Johnson still here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet, as you might have guessed. The Western Conference showing off its All-Star game chops there in the first half. When the showmanship is ramped up to its highest level, that suits the West just fine. They got a roster that knows how to play the game with flair, and they've been enjoying themselves so far today.
Well, when it comes to a shootout, the Wild West is what it's all about. These guys score in bunches. Really hard to match up with. The East has tried to put up a fight, but they don't really have the same level of talent as you've seen in the first half.
We know the Western Conference roster is filled with superstars, not just all-stars. But the best of the best in the East aren't going to just go down without a fight. I think the East needs to be a little bit more physical and probably work a little bit harder, and the second half is going to be fun.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
To the NBA All-Star Game. One half is in the books, and the second half about to begin.
And that first half was terrific. I'll bet anything, though, the second has even more in store for us.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think it's going to be a spectacular final 2 quarters.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
Here is Harden. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. On the court right now for the East All-Stars. Thomas is out there with Wall. Then it's Paul George. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's LeBron in at the small forward position. Shot clock at 6. Here's Harden. Rebound by the East All-Stars.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
Now here's Davis. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Davis has got the first basket of the third quarter for the West All-Stars. And here are the East All-Stars now, trailing by 13 and stolen by Cousins. And here they come. And then Durant with the jam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleep.
Here's James. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. LeBron kicks to Wall. From 15 feet away, and he gets the jumper to drop. Wall's got 10.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Thomas against Westbrook. On the wing, Davis. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Oh, and here we go. Antetokounmpo. Nobody back.
It's really amazing. Absolutely astonishing how accomplished Antetokounmpo is on defense. I mean, he's disruptive wherever he is on the floor defensively.
Westbrook a screen on Wall. Harden the pass to Westbrook. Thomas with the steal. LeBron with it. Guarded now by Durant. Wall's shot is good.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Outside Westbrook. Kicks it to Cousins. Back to Westbrook. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Now here's LeBron. 7 points in the game. There's Thomas with the 3. West All-Stars with the rebound. Durant's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That's his first foul.
Yeah, no doubt about that one with the over-the-back call.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to take him for a ride right there. Easy call.
Durant's gone 2 for 5 tonight. And the East All-Stars call time here.
Start it.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
And here are the East All-Stars now.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
East All-Stars have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
It's been a solid outing for LeBron. He has 8 points, and there's a nice number in his assist column as well.
It really has been, Clark. He's created a lot of open looks for his teammates. Very unselfish play from him today.
That one is no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Wall with the steal. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. Green's checked in. Here's on to Tacumbo. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got 5 assists in the game.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Now here's Westbrook. Outside Durant. The pass to Harden. That is now to Westbrook. 5 to shoot. Releases. The shot, no good. So the East All-Stars will take it the other way. LeBron kicks to George. Goes up the baseline. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Boy, George is excellent at getting busy from the in-between spots of the floor. Really fleshing out and balancing out, rounding out his offensive game.
Now here's Green. Back to Westbrook. Green with a screen for Westbrook. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Westbrook's got 6 points.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
And here is Thomas. He has 7. From downtown. Great D that time for Westbrook.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Fires from 18. And Cousins kicks to Green. Durant dishes to Westbrook. Harden against Thomas. A 3-ball. It's hauled in by LeBron. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. 8-point game. George passes to Wall. From about 19 feet, Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's foul number 2 for him.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either, Greg. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Damian Lillard's checked in for James Harden. And then for the East, DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Wall. And Irving subbed in for Thomas. Westbrook kicks to Lillard. Back to Westbrook. 3-pointer. And it's Westbrook again missing.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Paul George. Lillard outside. Westbrook kicks to Cousins. And they double up Cousins, and there's the 3-second violation. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
Now here's Curry. Puts up a three. Connects from three-point range. Curry's got 5 now.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an all-star game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star week.
And here is Antetokounmpo after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Antetokounmpo kicks to George. No good on the three.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Now here's Durant. 5 points in the game. Curry with a wide open look. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could.
We've seen those kinds of plays get them going in the past.
Nice work there coming off the screen. And that's 10 points for Steph Curry.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Curry's gotten 4 of his 9 shots to go. Here's Irving. The teardrop falls in.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. Outside DeRozan. Puts one up from 19. The West All-Stars pull it in. Cousins has got 6 rebounds in the game. And Curry has it in the corner. Kicks it out to Lillard. Off target with his 3. And here's the East. They trail by 7. Irving for 3. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by the West. Green dishes to Curry. Back to Green. Left side Durant. From outside the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. Durant's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
And the East All-Stars call time here.
Start it.
For the West, Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Cousins. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Kevin Durant. And McCollum subbed in for Lillard. The East also changing it up. Whiteside's checked in for Paul George. Millsap comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Kyrie Irving. Millsap a screen. Lowry kicks to Millsap. Back to Lowry. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now. especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Curry. 10 points for him. And the dunk by Towns.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. It's a 10-point game. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Back to Lowry. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And that's a nice exchange between teammates there. I mean, they really work well together, whether it's All-Star Week or the regular season.
You know, really pretty fresh they get to share this stage together tonight. I mean, they've both helped each other to get here, and now they're going to keep helping each other.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just are not letting up at all.
Now here's Butler. Back to Lowry. Fires the 3. It's Lowry again missing.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Lowry against Curry. McCollum outside. Towns the screen. Towns sets the pick for McCollum. 4 on the shot clock. And here's Green outside. East grabs the miss. Millsap's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Whiteside. Stolen by McCollum. Outside Curry. 3-pointer. East grabs the miss.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Butler against Leonard. Millsap left side. Great tee that time from Green.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
27 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside Curry. They set the pick. Outside Leonard. Curry kicks to Green. Shot clock at 6. A 3 from Leonard. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. A shot, no good. The third quarter comes to a close. West All-Stars out in front, up 9. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. Welcome, everyone, back to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game. A great night of basketball here on 2K Sports.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
Here are the East All-Stars. They trail by 9 points. Davis is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Towns in at the center position. So that's who's on the floor for the West All-Stars. Lowry's gone 3 of 6 shooting from the field. 50% so far. Outside Curry. Harden sets the pick for Curry. Harden outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He can't get that one to fall. The East All-Stars go the other way with it. And here's Anthony from the arc. Tries again. Good on that shot. And with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Paul George. Curry passes to Harden. Towns, the screen. Towns, a screen on Butler. Here's Harden, and it's Harden slamming it down.
Yeah, and the number of slams here we're seeing tonight off the charts.
Somebody forgot to tell these guys the dunk contest is on a different night.
Outside Butler. Feeds it to George. Unloads from 13. That doesn't go either for George.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
In the corner, it's James. Stolen by Durant. Outside Curry. Outside for Durant. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Back to Harden. And Curry has it in the corner. Towns dishes to Harden. Good work there as it goes. Harden's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
Outside Lowry. Floats it up for James. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition switch ignited.
Here is Harden following the basket by LeBron James. 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Anthony. Here's the break. Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
Hey, and George really is one of the better dunkers in the league. Actually, one of the best. He's creative. He's got great bounce, excellent length, and pretty creative every time he gets a chance to throw it down.
Now, here is Harden. And Harden with the stop.
And he just moves from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
Here's James. He feeds it to Butler. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Outside Curry. Towns the screen. To the middle. And the dunk by Towns.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Now, here is Harden. Passes it to Davis. He dishes it to Durant. They set the screen. A clear look for Curry. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And that's 12 points for Steph Curry.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Anthony kicks to Butler. To the paint. Here's George. Down and drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
And at this stage of a tight game, the tired legs really start to show. A defense becomes vulnerable if you can continue to pound it inside.
Well, when you start counting the ways that George can score, it's really impressive. There's so many different things he does to get the ball in the basket. And when you're defending him, it's really a matter of picking your poison.
Now here's Curry. To the middle. Here's Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
Now, how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right.
Yes, indeedy. Well done.
Harden against Butler. He kicks it to George. And there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Davis.
And now that's what these people came to see, just punishing the rim.
Boy, that was tremendous. That one will be worth some points in the dunk contest. They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
And some changes here for the West All-Stars. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Karl Anthony Towns, and Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Curry. And then for the East, Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Anthony. Ball comes in for Jimmy Butler, and it's Isaiah Thomas in for Kyle Lowry. Now here's Westbrook. From 11 feet away, nice touch on the back shot.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Thomas with the ball. Launches a three. A shot, no good. Now the West All-Stars the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Ball against Harden. Screen by Cousins. Shot off the screen. Clock at 4. And it's Westbrook again missing.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
18 feet out. Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from John Wall. Outside Westbrook from deep. It's hauled in by Paul George. Pulls it up. Kevin Durant with the rebound. Durant's got 5 rebounds tonight. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars. LeBron's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Ball passes to George. Outside Thomas. Oh, good with the triple.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just 1 in the first.
They grabbed their own miss. Durant for 3. That doesn't go either for Durant.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Yes, that goes in. 25 points for George.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
And, Greg, we know how important every basket is, especially at this stage. And to me, that just looked like one of those inexcusable breakdowns.
Here is Harden. Paul George making his last shot. And then Cousins with the dunk.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
To the paint. And George with the stuff.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
Westbrook kicks to Harden. Davis against Antetokounmpo. It's Durant on the wing. Soft touch off the glass.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Thomas kicks to Wall. The tray. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, you can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
Here's Westbrook. Here's Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on a play.
Now here's Wall, beyond the arc. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. All-Stars ball. And so here are the West All-Stars. 6-point lead. Westbrook dishes to Harden. Screen by Cousins. Harden kicks to Cousins. Shoots. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And it's an 8-point West All-Star lead. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And they pick up 2.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Scooped up. The wide open look for Durant. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
And now both teams really in a groove.
This game already, guys, was high scoring, but they've really amped and ramped it up to another level down the stretch.
And he just powered that
one of the game's top dunkers.
Absolutely salivates when he attacks the rim.
Now here's Westbrook. Outside Durant. Harden outside for the three. It's hauled in by LeBron. James has got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to George. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. And now just a 4-point West All-Star lead. Harden outside. Screen by Cousins. Plenty of space. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And George kicks to Thomas. Dishes it to Antetokounmpo. And good that time.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
Now here's Harden. Screen by Cousins. Harden the pass to Westbrook. To the inside. Cousins dishes to Davis. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
No question about it. The touch is with Anthony Davis. Davis playing very well. 11 rebounds and several assists.
And guys, really impossible to say where he's been better, offensively or defensively.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he's not missed a beat at either end. That's obvious.
And Thomas, here we go. Good D by Westbrook.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Timeout called East All-Stars. They're losing by 6. 35 seconds left in the 4th. What's your take, guys?
And a quick bucket and a foul is really the only option at this point.
And the important thing about the foul is who you foul. They don't want to send a top-notch free thrower to the line if they can avoid it.
Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Durant. A finish. And then Durant with the jam.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark. So it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on it.
It's stolen by Davis. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Westbrook. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case. Clear partner of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
Irving kicks to DeRozan, and they get it. The shot will not fall. Nice D from Lillard. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Bledsoe outside. So no problem for the West All-Stars as they get the win.
And it's impossible to know what's going to happen in these games. The talent on both sides is always so strong. But tonight, the West seemed a little more comfortable playing together as a unit, and that's what earned them the win.
You mentioned that all broadcast long, and sure enough, it came to fruition. That brings us to the conclusion of our All-Star coverage. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan wishing you all a very good night.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith in the All-Star Game action now in the books. So let's take a look back at some of the footage from our All-Star Game MVP, DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, he had fun out there. He also didn't shy away from putting on that flash and pizzazz to make the highlights. I thought he gave the fans a gutsy performance. All the celebrities stopped looking at me and started waving at him. He had a couple of good candidates, but he deserved it.
We know there's an edge to DeMarcus Cousins' game, and that edge was even sharper than usual tonight. I love his back-to-the-basket game, and now he displays the three-point shot. He displays finesse and power at its best.
And that's going to do it for this year's All-Star Game. Oh, what a night it's been. Some splendid talent on display. And that doesn't even include Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
Appreciate that.
And our award-winning 2K Sports crew. For all of them, this is Ernie Johnson. We will see you again sooner than you'd like.